Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to check the manual transmission fluid on a Jeep Wrangler TJ. So let's go ahead and get started. Now if we get a close-up in here, I'm going to show you with automatic transmission, you usually have a dipstick on the older cars. Newer cars, because you have that sealed transmission, all that nonsense, that's a whole nother issue. If you have a vehicle with one of those, I'll have a link across the top down in the description where a video I did showing how to check the levels on those. But let's get a close-up here and I'll show you. You can see we have a dipstick there for the oil, but there's nothing here at all for the transmission, for the manual transmission. But obviously you have fluid in there and you want to make sure that you keep up on that. Now you can see we got a lot going on here, some rust and different things. If you want to see some other videos I've done pertaining to the Jeep TJ, I have those links down in the description. You can check those out. We're going to be doing a lot of work here replacing stuff. This particular one here, this is a 2001 Jeep TJ with the 2.5 liter. So this is not the 4.0, it's the smaller engine. But you can see, as we said, there's no dipstick in here as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to be going underneath, and there's a little level plug that you can remove, and that'll show you if the levels are good or not. Now, it's important if you have the manual transmission, this is with any manual transmission, you want to be changing your manual transmission fluid at around 30 to 50,000 miles. Automatic transmissions, usually you can do 75 to 100,000 unless the manual says otherwise. But when you're dealing with a manual transmission like we are here, at about 30 to 50,000 in that range, you want to be changing out that fluid. If you want to see the video I did where I show how to change the transmission fluid on this vehicle, I'll have that link across the top, also down in the description. But anyway, so let's take this in. We're going to take it into the garage, and I'm going to change up, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, it's important if you have a Jeep TJ, even if it's the 2.5 liter that we have here, you need to know what kind of transmission you have. So I'm going to have some listings here on the screen for the different ones, because where I'm going to show you on this one here specifically may be different on yours if you have a different transmission type for your Jeep TJ. So check that out and make sure that you're getting the right one. But anyway, let's get this into the garage and we'll continue in there. Now, the first thing that you need to realize is if you're dealing with the same Jeep that we have here, I'm going to repeat it again, 2001 Jeep Wrangler TJ with the 2.5 liter engine and the AX5 manual transmission, your fill plug is on the passenger side. You don't want to be tampering on the driver's side. There is a plug on that side. It has like a Torx pattern to it, and we're going to show it in a minute. But basically, it says clear as day on there, do not remove. You don't want to tamper with that one because that actually is very intricate to holding things together. If you take that off, you're going to have some major problems. So you don't want to tamper with that. It is on your passenger side. Other TJs, they're in different places. And if you do research, whether you look at your manual or whether you go online, there's so many inconsistencies with what's out there that you need to be careful, because some of them, the drain plug is on the bottom, some of it's on the bottom on the side, some of it, the fill plug's on the passenger side, the driver's side. There's different fluids, all kind of crazy stuff. So I'm going to show you what we're looking at. So first, let's head over to the driver's side, and I'm going to show you the plug that you do not want to be tampering with. And then we'll come back here on the passenger side, and I'll show you the drain and fill plugs and identify those. All right, so we're coming in here on the driver's side, and ignore the rust. This vehicle has a lot of rust like we talked about earlier. I'm going to be fixing that in upcoming videos, so just ignore that. But here on the driver's side, if we come in, we're going to look up here, and you're going to see up top, you have this Torx head right there. But if we zoom in, it clearly says not to mess with it. You do not want to be touching this. It says right there, don't remove. So leave that alone. If you take it off, it's holding other components inside there together. You're going to mess everything up. So let's head over to the passenger side, and that's where we're going to find the plug that we're going to be checking for the levels. All right, so here on the passenger side, first thing you're going to see here on the bottom is this 24 millimeter hex drain plug. Obviously, we don't want to touch that. That's our drain plug. But if we come up next to it, up here on the side, you can see right up there, that's another 24 millimeter plug right there. That's your fill plug, but also where you will check the levels. So we're going to remove that, and that's what we're going to be looking to see if there's a steady stream trickling out to make sure our levels are fine. So we'll bring our 24mm socket, slides right over, right like that. Now this is a little bit of a tight area. You can see with the exhaust here on the left, but you can still get a breaker bar in there. You do have clearance. We have our breaker bar on it. Let's give it a good push. Okay, looks like we may have broke it loose. Let's see if we get a ratchet on it. Let's see if we can loosen that up now. I might be able to get it off by hand. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised that this one came loose as easy as it did, because this vehicle, this is our fill plug here. Set that off here, and let me get a close-up. You can see the transmission fluid dripping out. That's a good sign, because that means that the levels are good. Now, in the event that nothing is trickling out, that means that your transmission fluid is low. You're going to need to pump it in with a pump like this so you can get the fluid up in there. Next, we'll take the hose, we'll put it into the fill port, and then we're going to keep pumping it until we get it trickling out, and that way we know that our levels are good. So as you can see here, we pumped it in. You can see it dripping out. So now we can remove this, and then we can put the plug back on it and seal it. Bring this in. You want that steady stream like we just saw. That's how you know you've got it filled all the way. Let's tighten that down, we'll torque it down, and then wrap this up. All right, so we brought it back out of the garage as we saw there, showed you how to check it. It's very important to check that, and it's very simple. Once you remove that plug, if you're seeing that trickle coming out, then your levels are good. If you're not, then you need to add some transmission fluid, and to do that, you would need to use a pump. And as mentioned already, if you want to see the video I did where I showed how to replace the transmission fluid on this vehicle, I show how to pump the new transmission fluid in there and all that. It goes into all that for you. But anyway, so I hope that this video was informative for you, helped you out with checking the levels, because like I said, you don't want it to be getting too low. You can damage your transmission, and you definitely want to be changing it at around the 30 to 50,000 mark to keep things running good. So please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to check out my other videos down in the description pertaining to this vehicle. And as always, I appreciate all the support. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.